As you've probably guessed, this is the GT710. Hated by millions and loved by none. A graphics card so bad that even super fast gaming PC sellers are now using GT730s to try and redeem their souls. But what to do with it? Yeah, why not? Let's try some 4K gaming. I hope you enjoy the video. My name's Andy, and this is Andy's Tech. Yes, the GT710. We had to get round to it at some point. It's quite honestly been covered to death, so I thought we'd take another twist on it. So this is my humble MSI GT710. It's basically just used for a display out when I'm building and testing components, and has all the vigour and charisma of one of those donkeys you see on holiday, giving slightly overweight tourists a ride on the beach in summer. This card also being the 2GB DDR3 model of the card. It's not even the Bossman Supremo GDDR5 version, so I get even less bragging rights. I don't really need to go into specs and release dates etc, we all know it's terrible. 192 CUDA cores, low power, single slot card, you know the rest. And I'm assuming you've not been living under a rock with your dial-up internet the last 10 years, and you know it sucks at gaming, as we can see. To be honest, even Intel's new integrated graphics will probably do a better job at playing your favourite titles. But am I being a little harsh on the GT710? There's no such thing as a bad graphics card, just a bad use case. So why don't we throw some games at 4K at it? What the hell can go wrong, right? The test system is my main rig, and I don't think a Ryzen 5800X will be a bottleneck here, but I'm sure there's some Karen out there that will tell me different. Well, this one's for you, Karen. So let's start off easy and work our way up the ladder. I'm going for playable at 30 plus FPS, as you can get away with that. I did think to try for a cinematic 26 FPS, but I've faith in the little GT710, so here goes nothing. Nice and easy then. CSGO. Surely it can run that at low settings 4K, right? It's playable-ish at 1080p. Yeah. That's not great, is it? We're going to have to rethink the approach on this. So I've come up with a plan, and that plan kind of being World of Tanks. Right, I figured if it can't run this, well, it's kind of game over. And you know what? Yes, it can. We were locked to 30 FPS, and I couldn't change this, but blow me down, we achieved 30 FPS at medium settings. But then again, this game will run on a Nokia from 2010. So fueled by my success, I journeyed on. Now I had to switch from OBS to MSI Afterburner's built-in recorder from here on in. My capture card won't work at 4K, and OBS had just had enough of the GT710 for the day. This does mean there's a 5 to 10 FPS drop in frames due to the recording, and also I have no idea what this will look like after YouTube compression, so apologies in advance for the terrible quality. But 4K low, we returned a 42 FPS average. Now I've not gone for any percentile figures here, as it's not a serious test, but you could actually potentially play the game like this, and I've had worse experiences at 1080p. Its little brother, the GT210, springs to mind, so I thought I'd try something a little more demanding. Well, maybe. Team Fortress 2. Yeah, maybe a little more demanding than I thought. It's kind of tanked, 22 FPS average, and that's not great. The input lag was just insane as well, and it felt like closer to 5 FPS. I had high hopes for this, but alas, we shall move on with the tail between our legs. Now this was just shocking. I honestly couldn't believe it. 4K low, yes, it looked like absolute crap, but an average of 88 FPS, what the hell? That's just madness. Fair play, little GT710. I had to double check the settings, but yes, it was at 4K. You can play League of Legends at 4K on a GT710 and get a 60 plus FPS experience. It wasn't honestly even that bad and the frame time graph was okay. Instant 1000 points for the GT710. Nah, only joking. So that brings us to the end of the video. Can the GT710 play games at 4K? No, not really. It tried its best, but really it's just as terrible as everyone says it is. The only saving grace being that Nvidia no longer provides driver support, so no one can get suckered into actually buying it. If the humble Dell Optiplex has done more for budget PC gaming than anything else, then this little spawn of Satan has contributed the most misery. So I'm glad Nvidia has learnt their lesson. Damn. Thank you for watching the video. I've tried to have a little fun here and I hope it came across. Let me know what you guys think of the little GT710. Should I give it another chance? Leave a like, I'd really appreciate that. And thank you for all the support so far, you guys are amazing. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Take care, God bless, and hopefully see you in the next one.